welcome to the Toffee Blues. I'm here to bring to you the match reaction from Wolves to Everton 1 on Monday evening. Obviously a disappointing result at Molineux on the road. Another defeat, pretty poor. Obviously bad run of form at the moment. We slipped away from our early season form, and the main thing in that seems to be defending from corners. Obviously another goal conceded from a set piece last night, corner. Max Kilman rising above 3 men around him. Obviously the strategy is to go with a similar one to Carlo Ancelotti's system last season of a hybrid of zonal and man-to-man marking, but the execution of it just seems to be so much poorer. I think we were third in the table last year for defending corners or least goals conceded, and now we're bottom. We've conceded, I think, the most goals from corners in the Premier League this season, and it seemed to be Wolves were just picking up spots between our zone and our man-to-man system, and just picking up, putting the ball into that area where we're in zones where there was a little bit of a shaking of responsibility. Different people didn't know whether to go for the ball, and Max Kilman rose higher, so that was part of our downfall last night. But the way we started the game obviously was really poor. Main downfall last night. We just completely stood off. It seemed like from the kick-off, obviously we gave the ball away just to hit it long, and I think the idea was to sit off the ball and not press too much and maybe hit them on the break and use possession wisely. Against Wolves, that's a strange way to start the game, but I suppose it is away from home. Maybe you want to hit on the counter-attack, especially with Richarlison and Damari Gray up front as well. Maybe you can use those two on the break. But even in possession, when we actually got the ball in the 26% possession, I think, in the first half hour, even when we did get the ball, we just weren't using it at all, just giving it away. And it seemed like we were just we were playing a defending game. It was like a defending drill in training, and we weren't using the ball whatsoever. So it was very strange. Obviously had the first touch in their box in the 26th minute, I think it was, from Iwobi, who I'm pretty sure that was his first touch as well. So first half hour we started really poorly. Really disappointing. Obviously we're lucky to have one goal notched off for them, but they scored from the corner obviously, and Ben Godfrey gave them a gift for the second goal as well. Godfrey, I think, for me, needs a little bit of a spell out of the team. He's obviously not in the best spell of form, and there's rumours going around about COVID. I think Benitez referred to it in one of his press conferences, why he may be a little bit off at the moment, and he's just being used to fill gaps. Obviously Luca Dean out, felt some discomfort apparently, so Ben Godfrey was made to fill the gap at left back, and didn't do too well in that position really. So he's been used at right back, centre back and left back this season already, and he's not in the best of form anyway, so I do think he needs a break out of the team. But obviously that wasn't possible last night. Holgate came back in at centre back and just seems to kick people when he doesn't need to really, which is very frustrating, giving away silly fouls. But Gabamin obviously got to start as well, as I predicted in my starting 11 show, so it was nice to see him start the game. Obviously come off at half time, but I didn't think he was too bad. It wasn't like a dragging off at half time. I think Rafa just wanted to change things up a little bit, bring Delph into the game to win back some control in the midfield, a bit of a leader, whereas Gabamin was still obviously finding his feet, understandably. I thought he was okay while he was on, but to be fair to Delph, he had a lot of hate from Everton fans, deservedly really. But last night he came on, he did his job, he started to gain control in that midfield a little bit. A couple of straight passes when he first came on, understandable rust though, given the amount of injuries he's had, but he did change the game a little bit, and the change of tactics did change the game in the second half as well. Rather than giving the ball away and sitting deep, we seemed to get on the ball a little bit more. Although we weren't using it the best, we tried to get on the ball a little bit more, and something changed at half time. Gordon came off the bench, looked tidy when he came on again. I was frustrated to see him not start the game really. I know Iwobi scored the goal, but I would have liked to see Anthony Gordon start that game really, on that other wing to Townsend. So that would have been nice, but I suppose it wasn't to be, and we found ourselves in a little bit of a slump. Some people are calling for the manager's head already, and I don't think I don't think it's Rafa's fault at all. It seems to come down to individual errors, and I know we didn't start the game in the best manner, and that did come down to Rafa's tactics, but I don't think the responsibility all falls with him. I think we're just playing poorly at the moment, and we just need to come out of this really bad run of form, especially when we've got some especially tough fixtures coming up. I know at the start of the season, when I looked at the fixture list, this was the period where it was going to be that's really the tough period of the whole season. So we've got some really tough games coming up, so we have to turn up in those. And I know sometimes we are better against the bigger teams, and sometimes we lose our way against the mid-table or lower teams. So hopefully that'll be the case, and we switch it on when we do play the bigger teams coming up soon, because we've got some important fixtures, and it could be make or break for our season. But I found myself looking up the table and thinking all the teams who I was kind of half expecting to come past us seem to have, like the likes of Arsenal have come past us now, and Leicester are just behind us now as well. So we are slipping down, and we can't find ourselves in that bottom half, because there are 10 good enough teams to finish above us this season, which is quite scary, really. The likes of Brentford and Brighton coming up now with decent teams this season. Obviously Brighton have been working on it in the Prem for a few years. Brentford have come up and surprised everyone a little bit. So we need to find ourselves in that top half just as a starter. Obviously we were in and around the European place at the start of the season, and that's where we should be fighting for. But we have slipped down, and we need to find ourselves back in that path before they pull away over this tough period of fixtures that we've got. Because we can't find ourselves in the bottom half going into the new year at all. So disappointing result last night overall, but hopefully we can turn up against the big teams like we usually do. Fingers crossed. But that's my verdict on the game last night. Disappointing one all round, but let us know what you think in the comments as well, if you agree or disagree with me. But nevertheless, like the video and subscribe to the Toffee Blues, and we see you next time.